The human who shouldn't have helped. The sky over planet Therion was dark purple. Clouds moved fast. The ground was dry and cracked. The people of Therion were silent. They knew the war was coming. The Therions were not ready. Their weapons were old. Their soldiers were tired. Their leaders had lost hope. In the middle of the city, the queen stood tall. Her name was Princess Elyra. She was young but brave. Her eyes showed strength, but her heart was heavy. Then, something strange happened. From the sky, a ship crashed near the mountain. Fire and smoke filled the air. People ran to see. Soldiers pointed their weapons. They were ready to kill. A man stepped out of the broken ship. He was not a Therion. His skin was light. His eyes were sharp. He looked around and raised his hand slowly. "I'm not your enemy," he said. His name was Captain Leo Grant. He was human. The Therions had never seen a human before. Some said humans were dangerous. Others said they were weak. But this one, he was different. The soldiers arrested him. They took him to the queen. Elyra looked at him. "Why are you here?" she asked. Leo answered, "I came because your people are in danger." She narrowed her eyes. "Why do you care?" Leo smiled slightly. "Because I've seen what happens when no one helps." No one trusted him. Not the soldiers, not the people, not even the queen. But something inside her told her. This man was telling the truth. The Therions were losing. Their enemy, the Varax Empire, had bigger ships, stronger weapons, and no mercy. Villages were burning. People were dying. Leo asked to help. At first, the Therions refused. "You are not one of us," they said. But Leo didn't stop. He watched. He learned. He found weak points in the Varax battle plans. He trained young Therions to fight smart, not just hard. In one night, Leo led a team to destroy a Varax supply station. It worked. The enemy was confused. For the first time in weeks, the Therions won a small victory. But Leo had a secret. He wasn't just helping with plans. He had made a dangerous deal. He contacted a Varax general in secret. He offered himself. In exchange, he asked the general to leave one Therion village alone, a small village. Poor and weak, the general laughed. "One village? Why do you care?" Leo answered, "Because they don't deserve to die." The deal was done. The village was saved. But Leo knew the price. The Varax would now hunt him instead. Back on Therion, no one knew what Leo had done, except one person, Princess Elyra. She had followed him one night. She had seen everything. She knew he had lied to protect them. Later, she asked him, "Why would you risk your life for strangers?" Leo looked away. Then he said quietly, "Because I couldn't save my own people. Not before. Maybe now I can save someone else's." Elyra said nothing. But in that moment, she saw him clearly, not as a human, not as an outsider, but as a hero. Then, one morning, Leo was gone. His ship was missing. No one knew where he went. Some said he ran away. Others said the Varax took him. Many believed he was dead. The people forgot. But Elyra did not. She stood alone, watching the stars. Her people were safe now. The war was slowing. Peace was coming. But her heart was not at peace. She remembered his words, his courage, his pain, his kindness. She whispered, "You crossed galaxies for us, Leo. And now I will find you." Far above the planet, a hidden signal blinked. A voice said, "This is Captain Leo Grant. If anyone finds this, tell them I don't regret it." The message ended, but the story was just beginning. The war had ended, but peace felt cold. Princess Elyra stood in the royal chamber, wearing her crown for the first time. The golden medal felt heavy on her head, but not because of its weight. It was heavy with guilt. The people of Therion were safe now. Cities were rebuilding. Children laughed again. But in every smile, Elyra saw his face. Captain Leo Grant, the human who shouldn't have helped. The man who disappeared. Most people had moved on. They called him a shadow from a strange time, but Elyra hadn't forgotten. She couldn't. Every night she watched the stars. Every night she whispered, "Where are you?" One morning, while walking alone in the Royal Archive, she found something. A small box, dusty and hidden behind old books. Inside it was Leo's badge. And under it, a tiny black disc. She took it to the old tech keeper. He cleaned it and played the message. A broken voice filled the room. "This is Captain Leo Grant. If you're hearing this, I made it out, barely. I'm hiding. Far, outer belt. Don't come. It's not safe. They're watching everyone." The message cut out. Elyra's hands shook. Her heart raced. He was alive. She knew what she had to do, but leaving her planet as queen was not easy. Her advisors warned her. "Your duty is here. You're the leader now." Elyra answered, "He saved our people. Now I will repay the debt." Some said she was foolish. Some said she was in love. She didn't answer. She only said, "I remember who stood by us when no one else did." 2 weeks later, a small ship left planet Therion in secret. No flags, no royal seal, only 5 crew members. Loyal, silent. Their goal: find Captain Leo Grant. The journey through space was long, quiet, dark. In the second week, they passed the ruins of a burned-out colony. Elyra stared at the destroyed planet. Her crew told her, this was a human station once. The Varax destroyed it. She walked alone through the ashes. There, carved on a stone wall, were the words, "We survived because of a ghost with a human face." A ghost. The rumors were true. Across the outer belt, many whispered of a man, one who saved ships from pirates, warned colonies of danger, then vanished. Some said he was human. Others said he was dead. But Elyra knew it was Leo. One night, while crossing an asteroid field, their ship was attacked. 3 raider ships surrounded them. The crew panicked. Weapons were low. Shields were weak. Elyra stood calm. She remembered Leo's old training. Use your brain before your blaster. She sent a fake distress signal to an old mining drone field nearby. The raiders followed the signal, thinking it was an escape pod. Boom. The mining field exploded, tearing through one of the raider ships. The other 2 ran. The crew cheered. Elyra said nothing, because in that moment, a 4th ship appeared. No weapons. No signal, just a strange symbol painted on its side. A human skull, over a broken crown. The ship didn't attack. It floated close. A voice came through. "You're not welcome here, princess. Go back to your pretty planet." Elyra stepped forward. "I'm looking for someone," the voice laughed. "Then you're looking in the wrong place. No heroes here. Just ghosts." Before she could answer, the ship vanished into a space rift. Later that night, one of her crew approached her. His name was Talek, a former soldier. Quiet but loyal. He looked worried. "That voice, I know it." Elyra turned sharply. "Who is it?" Talek whispered. He was human. Used to fight with Captain Leo. Name was Dax Criven. But now, he works with bounty hunters. Elyra's eyes narrowed. Leo was close. But danger was closer. As the ship continued its journey, she sat alone in her room. Looking at the stars, she whispered again, "Leo, if you're out there, I'm not going back without you." Far across the galaxy, on a quiet moon, a man with tired eyes watched a small screen. He replayed her message over and over, and then he said, "You shouldn't have come, Elyra. Now they'll come for you too." People said he was dead. Others said he was a ghost seen in flashes of light, during battles that no one else could explain. But on Colony Ether 9, they didn't tell stories. They had seen him, and they called him the shadow that saved us. The colony floated near a dying star. Dust storms covered the air. Food was low. Morale was worse. Then one day, pirates came fast and armed. They expected no resistance, just fear. But when they reached the power grid, something stopped them. A figure in black armor, silent, precise, fast like lightning. Gone in seconds. When the pirates tried to flee, their engines exploded. On the security feed, one frame remained. A man with human eyes, covered in scars, wearing a patch with a broken wing. No one knew his name. But Princess Elyra did. She had seen those eyes before. Her ship landed on Ether 9 3 days later. The colony leader greeted her with caution. "We don't get royals here. Why now?" Elyra smiled gently. "I'm not here as royalty. I'm looking for someone." The leader narrowed his eyes. "If you're chasing ghosts, you've come to the right place." She was taken to the ruins of the power grid. Burnt metal, frozen bodies, and one symbol left behind burned into the floor. A wing, broken in half. Her heart beat faster. She turned to her crew. He was here. At the colony bar, Elyra asked around. Quietly, carefully. Most people were afraid to talk, except one old engineer. He sat in the dark corner, drinking a warm bottle of something green and toxic. He looked up as she approached. "You're not from around here." "I'm looking for Leo Grant," she said softly. The man's eyes lit up. He laughed. "That fool? He saved this colony, then vanished, just like always." "Where did he go?" The man took a long drink. "You really want to find him?" "Yes." The man leaned forward. His voice turned serious. "Then be ready to lose everything." Because he already did. That night, Elyra sat on the ship alone. She opened a small metal box she carried with her. Inside it, an old photo of Leo, standing with Therian children, smiling. Back then, he looked alive, strong, hopeful. Now, the image from the security feed haunted her. He looked like a man with no home, no rest, no peace. She whispered, "What happened to you, Leo?" Just then, a message came through. From an old mining satellite in the nearby belt. The signal was broken, but the voice was familiar. "I told you not to come looking, Elyra." Her breath caught. "Leo? You're putting a target on your back. They're hunting me. Anyone near me dies." "Then stop running," she said. There was silence. "Then, I'm not running. I'm hiding from the man I used to be." The signal cut out. The crew rushed to trace the signal. Coordinates pointed to a dead moon, Zone V13. No colony, no people, no protection. Elyra didn't wait. They jumped into hyperspace. The ship shook, lights flickered. When they arrived, nothing but silence. Then, a strange ship appeared behind them. Fast, silent. Not Leo. Someone else. A message came in. "Turn back, princess. This isn't your galaxy anymore." Her pilot yelled, "They're locking weapons." Elyra stood. "No, Leo is close. We fight." Just then, a second ship dropped out of hyperspace. It shot a blast directly at the attacker, forcing it to retreat. The new ship vanished again. The crew sat in silence. Elyra smiled softly. That was him. He's watching us. Later that night, Elyra left a message on an open channel. "Leo, I saw what you did. Not just for my people, but for everyone. You think you're broken. You're not. You're just lost. Let me find you." A pause, because I still believe in the man who saved a dying world. When he didn't have to. Far away, hidden in an asteroid cave, a man in black armor watched the stars. His hands shook. His heart didn't. He said to himself, "She still remembers." And for the first time in years, Captain Leo Grant smiled. He was once their hero. Captain Leo Grant, pilot of the Black Star, defender of border sectors, awarded the Silver Mark for bravery. That was before the betrayal. Now his name was a curse. On every human world, on a cold desert moon, in a forgotten bar lit by red lanterns, a man sat with his hood low, He drank slowly. Not to enjoy, just to feel something. A small boy watched him from across the room. "Mama, that man looks sad," the child whispered. The mother pulled him close. "Don't look. He's dangerous." The man smiled faintly. He had heard worse, Princess. Elyra walked down the same dusty street, her royal suit now worn and plain. No crown, no guards, only fire in her heart that she had followed Leo's trail from one dead colony to another. He kept saving lives, then disappearing before anyone could. Thank him, but now she knew why. She stepped into the bar. Silence followed. The man didn't turn. "He didn't need to. I told you to stop chasing ghosts," Leo said. She walked up, stood beside him. "I'm not chasing a ghost," Elyra replied. "I'm chasing a man who taught a dying world how to fight." Leo didn't look up. "Then you're wasting your time." Outside the bar, hidden cameras blinked high above the moon. A human Empire ship locked onto a signal. Inside, a commander smiled. "Target found. Leo Grant, the traitor." Back in the bar, Elyra sat across from Leo. She placed something on the table. His military badge cracked in half. "You were one of them once," she said softly. Leo stared at the badge. His hands curled into fists. "I was their weapon," he said, "until I refused to pull the trigger." He finally looked at her. His eyes were tired, not from sleep, from carrying too much. "They ordered me to destroy a rebel station," he continued. "But there were kids inside, families, so I warned them, helped them escape." He took a deep breath, "and they called me a traitor." Elyra's voice was quiet. "But you saved lives." Leo smiled bitter. "That doesn't matter to empires. Only obedience matters." Suddenly dash boomed at the ground, shook an explosion outside. Screams. Dust filled the air. Leo stood fast, grabbing Elyra's arm. "We need to move." He knew the sound. Empire breached charges. They ran through back streets. Leo led her to a hidden tunnel under an old mining station. "Did they follow you?" he asked. "I came alone," she replied. "Then someone followed me," Leo muttered. "Damn it." As they moved through the tunnels, footsteps echoed behind them. Leo turned and fired a flash grenade. They kept running until they reached an old hangar, where a small ship waited. Elyra looked at him. "You were ready to leave?" He nodded. "I always am." They entered the ship. Engines started. Lights glowed. Then a voice came through the radio. "You can't run forever, Leo." Leo froze. That voice. It was Dax Griven, his old war brother, now Empire bounty hunter. Elyra watched Leo's face shift from calm to pain. "He was your friend?" she asked. "He was family," Leo replied. "Until the Empire bought his loyalty," Dax's voice returned. "Bring the princess out, Leo. You hand her over, and we forget everything, even your past." Elyra stood. "He's after me." Leo shook his head. "No, he's after both of us, but they'll use you to get me." He turned to the control panel. "Hang on." The ship blasted upward. In orbit. Empire fighters waited. Leo flew low, weaving between canyons. Elyra looked behind. 2 ships following. Leo grinned slightly. "Good. I like even odds." He flipped a switch. A trap door opened under the Faiwi. Ship dropping a mine. Boom. One fighter exploded. The other pulled back. They broke through the atmosphere. Safe. For now. Inside the cockpit, silence returned. Elyra touched Leo's shoulder. "You didn't betray the Empire," she said. "You betrayed monsters." Leo didn't answer. He just looked out the window at the stars, and said quietly, "Then why does it still feel like I lost everything?" Somewhere in the outer belt. A human ship flew at full speed. Its wings were damaged. Warning lights flashed red. Inside, smoke filled the cockpit. Leo slammed his hand against the control panel. "It's not holding," he shouted. "Princess Elyra, pulled wires from under the dashboard. "Just keep flying, I'll keep us alive." The ship shook again. Behind them, two Varax warships were closing in. Yes-VARAX. Not humans this time. Now they were enemies of two worlds. Just 2 days earlier, Leo and Elyra had made contact with an old friend, Commander Varel, a Therian rebel leader who once fought beside Leo during the First War. They met him on a dark jungle moon, hoping for help. Instead, they found a trap. "You brought war to us," Varel said coldly. "You protect a human traitor. And you, Princess, you chose him over your people." Elyra shouted back, "He saved us." But the truth was out. Some Therians now believed Leo was dangerous, that he had made enemies too powerful to fight. Even Elyra's name was now marked on some systems as a traitor to peace. As they escaped the jungle ambush, Leo said nothing. Elyra sat beside him in the ship, heart pounding, mind spinning. Finally she asked, "Was it worth it?" Leo glanced at her. "What? Saving us, losing your people, becoming a ghost?" He looked forward again, face hard. "I didn't do it to be remembered." She nodded. "But I'll remember you," she said softly. Later that night, while they fixed the ship in orbit, Elyra discovered something. She was searching Leo's nav logs and found a hidden folder. Inside, a message from Leo, dated 3 years ago, addressed to her. "If you ever find this, it means I'm gone, or worse. I'm sorry. I didn't stay. I wanted to. But I made choices, and I paid for them. You're the only person who ever saw me for more than a soldier. For that, thank you." Tears filled her eyes. But she didn't cry. She saved the message and said only, "You're not gone, Leo. Not yet." Then, just hours later, came the Varax ambush. 2 destroyers, no warning. How did they find them? Leo had only one answer: "We've been betrayed." Back in the present, the ship flew through a storm belt, electric clouds flashing, gravity pulling them down. Elyra kept balance as the ship spun. "We won't survive another hit." Leo's voice was calm. "Then we don't get hit." He turned the ship straight into a lightning cloud. Elyra screamed, "Are you crazy?" Leo grinned, "Just enough." The lightning blinded the Varax sensors. The warships fired, but missed. Leo dived toward a frozen asteroid field, his ship weaving like a bird. Elyra held on. "We're gonna crash." "No," Leo whispered, eyes locked. "We're gonna vanish." He shut off the engines. The ship glided, dark and cold, drifting silently between frozen rocks. The Varax passed by, unable to track them. Silent, safe. For now. Hours later, the ship floated quietly. Leo sat beside the control screen, breathing slowly. Elyra brought him a drink. She asked, "You trust me, right?" Leo didn't answer at first. Then, "I trust no one else." She looked at him seriously. "Then you should know something." He turned to her. "There's a spy in my crew." Leo stood. "Who?" She shook her head. "I don't know. But that's how the Varax found us." He sighed. "Then they're close, watching us, maybe even listening now." He stepped to the door, locked it, turned off comms, then looked at her. "We need to move, now." Before leaving, Elyra opened her private channel and left one message. "To anyone listening who still believes in peace, we're not your enemies. But if you try to stop us, we will fight." Far away, in a human command room, Dax Scriven watched the screen. He leaned forward and whispered to himself, "Run, Leo, run far, but I'm right behind you." Then turned to his team. "Next stop, the ice planet. That's where he'll go." The stars were too quiet. Captain Leo Grant knew that kind of silence. Not peace. A trap. Their ship hovered near the frozen planet Cryon 7, a dead world, covered in ice. No sunlight for years. No life signs, but it was the only place left to hide. Leo stared out the window. We shouldn't be here this long. Princess Elyra stood behind him. We needed repairs and answers. She was right, because someone had betrayed them. Someone inside the crew. The ship had 5 crew members. All loyal, or so she thought, but the Varax and the human empire kept finding them, again and again. That wasn't chance. It was a signal. Sent from inside. Elyra moved through the halls, pretending everything was normal, but her eyes watched closely. Her ears listened for secrets. Then, she saw it. Talek, her oldest friend, alone, near the comms room, slipping something into the panel. A red chip. He didn't know she was watching. That night, Elyra told Leo. His jaw tightened. Are you sure? She nodded. He's the only one with access. Leo didn't speak. He simply walked to the storage bay. There, he picked up a weapon he hadn't touched in years. A plasma blade still scratched from the last war. The next morning, Elyra asked Talek to join her on a walk across the icy surface. The ship needed power cells from a nearby wreck. She used that as the excuse. Leo stayed inside, but watched through the scope. The second Talek pulled a blaster from under his coat. Leo was already outside. Gun raised. Talek froze. Elyra's voice was calm. How much did they pay you? Talek looked at Leo. Not enough. Leo stepped closer. You were there when the Therian children were saved. You saw what I did. Talek smiled, cold and sharp. Exactly. That's why they want you. You're a symbol. They want to break you. In front of everyone. Leo whispered, then they'll have to try. Suddenly dash boomed out. An explosion rocked the mountain nearby. Elyra gasped. That wasn't from us. Talek laughed. They're here. Both sides, you're surrounded. He reached for his blaster. Leo fired first. The traitor dropped to the ice. Silence followed. Elyra looked away. Leo didn't. Back inside, alarms blared. Multiple ships entering orbit. Human empire. Varax destroyers. Even bounty hunters. All for one man. All for Leo Grant. He turned to Elyra. I'll go out alone. Let them take me. You run. Elyra's eyes burned. No, Leo stepped forward. You're their queen. Your people need you. I'm just a weapon that outlived its use. Elyra held his hand. You're not a weapon, she said. You're a reason people still believe in something. Leo smiled sadly. That's the problem. Belief gets people killed. They stood in silence. Then Leo placed a tiny device in her hand, a beacon, linked to a hidden ship below the ice. You'll escape through the caves. That ship is fast, invisible. Use it. Elyra whispered. Only if you come with me. He shook his head. If I go, they'll chase us both. But if I stay, you get away. As she left through the tunnels, she turned back one last time. Leo stood alone, holding his blade, facing the storm outside. The last line of defense. A ghost, ready to fight for the living. Outside, Leo walked into the snow as the first dropships landed. Enemy soldiers surrounded him. A Varax general stepped forward. Captain Grant, you're hard to catch. Leo looked at them all, calm. I'm tired of running. The general grinned. You're under arrest for crimes against 2 empires. Leo raised his head. And I'd do it all again. Far away, Elyra's ship burst into space undetected. Unseen. She watched through the monitor as the frozen planet grew smaller. And then, she whispered, Hold on, Leo. I'm coming back for you. 1 month later, the throne room on Therian was quiet. Too quiet. Princess Elyra, now queen, stood before her council. Her crown rested on the table, untouched. I won't wear this, she said, until I bring him home. The council protested. You have a kingdom to lead. A war to avoid. You can't risk everything for one man. Elyra's voice was calm, but firm. He risked everything for our people. Now I'll cross galaxies for him. Across the stars, Captain Leo Grant sat in a prison cell deep within an Empire warship. No window. No sound, just cold metal. And flickering lights. Every hour, they questioned him. Every day, they offered a deal. Give us the names of your allies, and we'll let you live. Leo only smiled. I'm already dead to you. What more can you take? But in the quiet moments, he remembered her voice, her eyes, her promise. I'll come back for you. Back on Therion, Elyra prepared a mission. She didn't ask for permission. She gathered those who owed Leo their lives. Therion fighters, old rebels, even a few human smugglers who still believed in him. We are not just saving a man, she told them. We are saving what he stands for. The plan was crazy, dangerous, almost impossible. That's why they knew it would work, because Leo Grant never played it safe. Their ship exited warp near the Empire's dark zone, a fleet of warships, surrounding a single command cruiser. That's where Leo was held. Elyra sat at the controls. This is it. No turning back. The Therion pilot beside her grinned. We follow you, Queen. She replied, then follow me into hell. As the fleet approached, Elyra sent out a coded transmission one Leo had programmed years ago. Black. Star Protocol. Code Echo 5. Inside his cell, Leo opened his eyes. He smiled. She found me. The battle began fast. Therion ships dove through enemy fire, targeting shield nodes. Human rebel ships jammed communications. Elyra's ship pierced the hull of the main cruiser like a blade. She stepped inside the enemy ship blaster and hand in the hulls. Alarms rang. Soldiers shouted. Elyra moved like a shadow, using old maps Leo had once shared. Finally, she reached the cell. She opened the door. Leo looked up slowly. Took you long enough. Elyra laughed, tears in her eyes. I got lost. He stood, weak. But still, Leo, you shouldn't have come. She stepped forward. You came for me. This is just balance. They ran together through fire and smoke. Outside, the battle raged. One of the Therion ships exploded. Elyra's crew shouted, We're surrounded. Leo grabbed the cum. This is Captain Grant. Focus fire on the west gate. Cut a hole, and fly fast. They listened. They always listened, because he still led like a soldier. As they escaped, the Empire's flagship locked weapons on their shuttle. Too slow. Then boom. A giant Therion battlecruiser appeared from behind a moon. A last-minute backup. The Empire ship exploded in flame. Cheers filled the cums. They were free. Back on Therion, the people lined the streets. As the shuttle landed, Leo stepped out beside Elyra. The crowd fell silent. Then they clapped, cheered, roared his name. But Leo raised his hand and pointed to her. This is not my victory, it's hers. Later that night, under the stars, Leo and Elyra stood on a balcony. She looked at him. You saved my people when no one else would. Now I saved you. He nodded. I guess we're even. She smiled. Not even, connected.